I do love this very, very, very much. I can't wait for you to see how I did it. At the end of the video, I'm actually going to play the first part of my failed pull, my string pull. I did a string pull earlier and it just absolutely flummeted out, but I'll put that at the end of the video. So if you don't want to watch it, you can fast forward it. But thanks for joining us today. Hello, my creative friends. Oh, it's part of a collaboration, and I just love these collaborations. It really helps us push through and create regularly and share experiences. And today's collaboration is featuring a string pull, and I thought I'd feature Boom Stain Gel, da, 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 da. A well-loved Australian product. Self-leveling, beautiful satin finish every time. I love using it on tiles. In fact, I think I only do use it on tiles because, well, because I love it on tiles. Oh, look, I have not made that layer nearly thick enough. So let's get some more out and put our layer down so that our string pull is going to be gorgeous. I'm only going to do one string pull, and admittedly I feel that I'm not the best at them, because I feel that in order for a string pull to have a certain finesse, or shall I say eloquent style, I believe that you need to have a level of patience, good coordination, go slow on that string pull. All things that I'm just really not good at. In fact, look at me. Do you think I could even ice a cake? I actually just was doing another creation before, and I was observing that I feel that my motor skills are a bit off, so I will actually keep an eye on that, because I'm usually not this klutzy. I usually would have had this nice and covered. Hope I'm not getting sick, says me, having a sniff at the same time. The other awesome thing about Boom Stain Gel, bubbles generally just pop out on their own. So even though you might see a few, they will disappear. Okay. I had the pleasure of meeting Kaz once, you know. Kaz is the maker of Boom Stain. Name drop alert. And she's a gorgeous lady. And on that day too, I actually met a person who I'm still in contact, and she's gorgeous too. So many gorgeous people in our region. And that was Susan Guthrie, and she pops in to visit me about once a month. We'd have a little catch up on our creations and share our little stories of successes and fails and ideas. See how I'm doing that? I'm not worried too much about it, because as I mentioned before, it's self-leveling. But I really should just get on with this now, because I am just playing around and chatting my head off. And I'm sure you're not here just to hear the chat. I'm just going to get a baby wipe to clean my spatula ready thing. Get that last bit of white off. And what I've done before I turned the camera on was I put my 2 bits of wool that I only have, so better not go wrong, into water so that they can absorb my colours that I'm going to put down more efficiently than if I just was putting them straight into the paint, or in this case the boom. So I'm going to be using black, which is a bit scary because, oh, holy moly, if I drag it wrong it's going to look yucky, but if I do it really nicely it's going to look amazing. And I've got 2 strings because I'm going to try for the feather. Haven't done the feather successfully before, so I'm putting myself out there. And I tell you, regardless of how this turns out, I'm putting it up. I felt, oh, whoops, this colour's gorgeous. It's called Baronia Burgundy, and it is a beautiful rich plum. And this colour comes from the Sunset Trio. It's like a almondy colour, and I'm just going to pour it through the three or the two other colours like that. And I don't know if you can see, you can't. Well, I'm putting my string in now, both of them. And I'm using I wonder if I do this. Can you see now? Yeah, look. So I put a bit of transparency out. I always have transparency around these days because I love it to swipe with. Love it using it for resin. It's one of my favourite. Just one of my favourite things. So I buy transparency films from, you know, places when they're on special. Special being short for special, just in case you didn't know. Okay, let's pull that up to there. Up. Really wanting both of these covered well, but not so well that it's goopy. And I'm going to take my first one out. Doesn't seem to be that covered. I just want to cover that top bit, even though it might be alright. Okay, I'm just going to drag some of the excess off. And now I'm going to lay it diagonally. Stop moving. Got it down. Where's the paint finish? Finishes about there. And now ever so. Oh, you know, the further you pull away, the wider your feather will be, and the closer you pull, the more delicate it will be. So I'm going to do mine at about that, as you can see. So I can't measure it. I'm going to be quiet so I can concentrate. Oh, it's looking promising. I'm a bit excited. Okay, I'm slowing down a bit so that that white can gather and not pull over the top of the string and make a lump. Now I need to come in here and pull this down. Oh, I think Daddy must be home. And oh my goodness. Ta-da. And that is my very first successful feather pull. And am I wrapped that I got it on video? Oh boy, I am. Okay, so he's been away, hubby, for 2 days or something. Oh, sorry, I should really say that with more authority. About 2 days. So if he comes galloping in for a big hello, I will jump off and go and say hello to him because I do kind of like him and stuff. Oh, wow, I don't know what to do. It looks really cool. And I feel like I want to lay it that way and pull it like that and see if I can get a butterfly, but am I? Yeah, I am. How did I do that one? I pulled that there, so maybe. Oh, it's not as much paint. Coming around. Down. Yes, he's home. And I did it. Do I want to try one more using the string? Yeah. Boy, it's really cool. Well, I've decided not to do anything else to it because it's elegantly placed on the tile. And then come in and have a look at its beautifulness. And even where the string is looking amazing. I feel like I might go and dip that or something. But yeah. that's my contribution to the string pull collaboration. Hello, my creative friends. It's collaboration time. And so, a group of us are doing a string pull. And what that involves is, yes, a piece of string. And so I've measured mine to fit across here, and I'm going to pull it through like this. And the only string I had on hand today was polystring, so I'm interested to see how it goes, considering it is actually a plastic string, and I'm not sure about its absorbency, and therefore I'm not sure how it's going to go. And I'm popping my pins in the back because even though I won't be tilting or anything, I just like to have my canvas, you know, up and off so that I can access all sides easily, and so that it's got a nice clean space to dry. I'm going to pop my gloves on, and the first thing I'm going to do is, can you actually see over here? Yes. I'm just going to lay a bit of the paint down there and pop my string into that now before I lay out my white. The white is just going to be my cover paint. All right, so I'm going to pop the blue down. I'm doing a feather pull, a feather. Can I talk? So what do I want to do? I'm just planning it out. I might have it on the angle. So we're putting it here, and then I'll turn it around and pull it down that direction. So I want about this much covered in paint. All right. I'll put a little bit more blue. And for interest, some deep sea, one of my favorite colors. And a little dot down there of it. And some copper. And let's just see how that goes. So that's all theoretically being covered. And so I'm gonna, oh, I shouldn't do this now, but yeah, all right. And now I'm going to lay my white out, and I want it thin. I don't want a thick layer, because a thick layer will just pull up with the string and make it really thick and clumpy, and possibly the string effect will get lost in it. Now I'm not sure, I probably want a little bit thinner than this. Oh no, that looks good. Actually, I meant to say I possibly wanted a little bit thicker than this. Okay. That's nice. I'll just turn my canvas around. Pull it in this direction. I'm just really playing now because it is nicely covered. Don't you just love canvases and paint? Of course you do, that's why you're watching. I hope you're creating, guys. How many people do you know that just love to binge watch? Why wouldn't you? I love binge watching too. So many great channels out there. It's such a cool pastime too, like watching people make stuff. I like it more than watching telly and things. People say to me, have you been watching blah 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 show? And half the time I don't even know what they're talking about these days, so I'm totally out of the loop in real life, which, you know, is good and has its downside as well, as you can probably well imagine. Now I'll just pop that there, and I'm just having a quick look for air bubbles, and it looks quite air bubble-less, but oh really, Torch? It's like I'm on the phone and picked up a pen to take a phone number and my pen won't work, except I'm doing a pour on video and now my torch won't work. Isn't that ridiculous? And how unfair is that? And I really tried my hardest to set myself up so I didn't have to walk off, because I feel like, I feel like every video I do, there's something I need to go and get. Oh, come on. It was such a good little torch when it was working well, but really this torch only ever worked well for about a week. And I did just fill it. All right, abandoning the torch. Torch abandoned. Okay, here we go. So I'm just pulling that down through that paint there. And now I'm going to lay it here. I might need a stick just to help it be straight. Oh, probably not the one covered in paint so it doesn't dollop paint everywhere. I moved it. Okay. And now I'm going to pull it back towards me. And the wider you pull it, the wider the feather feature, and the closer you pull it to the string that's laid down, the narrower the feather feature. So I like mine quite thin and elegant, so I'm going to do mine about that curvature, and I'm going to go slow. And look, here we go. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, so this string is not the best string to do this with at all. Look at it moving, because it's plastic string and it has not absorbed the paint, and also because it hasn't absorbed the paint, it hasn't gained any weight to allow itself to sort of pull and marry. So we'll have to call this a fail, and it means that I'll have to go and get some other string. Nonetheless, let's just put it through and just see what it will do, this string, since we've got all this laid out in another pattern, just cause. Yeah, look. All right, here we go. Well, that one worked a bit better. But yeah, see how stiff it is and how it doesn't flow nicely? All right, I'll see you soon when I've got some other string, but I will include this into the video because there's nothing better than a fail to learn. So my recommendation is don't use the plastic string. I'll put another picture of it up. No, we've got some nice, oh come on, get into focus there. That's better. I've got some nice lines, and I certainly like the colours together, but it's nothing on what I know I can get when I've got proper string. Okay, so what's the string not to use? Polyplastic string. Ideal for home, school and office. Crap for pouring.